Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 10. This is Battle of the Exes. So we start off where we left off. We kayaking and paddleboard race. It was fun to watch. Some of the couples struggled. Phaedra and Jackie, I believe, got lost at sea for a little second. But ultimately, it was Team Goldfish who won, which was Simone, Cecil, Mimi, and Steve. Okay, so we are going to get ready for a pool party. That is going to be the focus point of this whole episode. While everybody is getting dressed and, getting themselves together, we see that Phaedra has invited her plus one, which is Shek from the speed dating event that she went to with Sweet Tea and them. But it was Letitia's event, speed dating. Phaedra found a date. She brings the plus one because hey, if Apollo is gonna come with his wife, then why do it's a couple trip? So I might as well not be single. I'll bring a date. So Heavenly goes ahead to let Simone know ahead of time, like, hey, I did invite Apollo, just so you know. I feel like them being divorced and them figuring out how to co-parent with each other will be a good experience. Well, would it be a good experience? It'll be a good learning thing for the rest of us couples who are not divorced. Maybe we can learn what to do, what to not do. And then maybe for the ones who are divorced, like Greg and Quad, they could learn how to, coexist. So we actually get to the pool party. It's going to be outside of the hotel. It's kind of all set up with the couples, with chairs for the couples in each section. They got food, this and this and that. So ain't nobody really getting in the pool, but we do wear bathing suits some here or there. Of course, what was it? King had his chest out a little bit. So Toya, for some reason, always has to bring up, ooh, don't be. I don't know why Toya does that. If anybody when it's a new man around and all this stuff, why you gotta be hyping them up and stuff? Like hype up Eugene. Anybody ever noticed how she does that? Either way, or just be in other people's business. Because just because you're uncomfortable don't mean that they have to be. Which we'll get to that a little bit later. But once everybody arrives, they kind of figure out that okay, this ain't really a party. This more of a setup. We're gonna start right into it with this couples trip with the one thing that I think starts all the arguments, which is these questions, right? These couples questions. Who gets them right? Who gets them wrong? What's like that game show they used to have on TV. All the other group, this their first time seeing Phaedra's date, so she introduces them to everybody else. Heavenly was a bit shocked, obviously, because with her setting things up, she was expecting, I think, maybe Phaedra to react differently, be all sad and alone or something. Who knows? With Apollo being there, but she bought a date. So Simone kind of peeped that, hey, this might be throwing a little monkey wrench in Heavenly's plan, because I don't know what she was thinking, but it ain't gonna happen, obviously. But something will happen. We'll get there on the next episode. Either way, we're here now. We will have to start asking these questions. How many dates did you go on before you sealed the deal, which will be, I guess having sex with your partner, right? Eugene and Toya said they were both about like what 10 months each, or 5 months, or 3 months, something like that, 3 months to 5 months. So that would put Eugene said about what 10 times. Maybe Toya said 24. I don't know. Everybody's numbers was a little bit off. Steve and Mimi 4 or 5. T and Greg, they said there was a long distance relationship when they first met, so it took about a year or so. So Quad and King, they over there playing, talk about 30 and 30. Like they cheating over there so they can always get the right answer. So everybody like 30. Okay, y'all. So they basically just been getting it in since they met. Okay, fine, that's their business. Jackie Curtis, he said 9 million or 1 million or something like that. Because I believe, as we know, that's her only dude. Who knows? Pretty much the whole college time, I'm sure it took for him to get that. Cecil, was this Scott? Nope, Scott and Contessa said it was kind of long distance for them as well because they can only when they were both in medical school, so they could only meet up about once a year or once every other year whenever they had their little off time residency type situation. So it took them a little minute as well. I believe Cecil and Simone said, hey, we was there on the first date. So how would you describe your partner's parenting style? um Oops, excuse me, I got a little fluff up. Sorry. How would you describe your parenting style? Hard or soft or just right? Cecil and Simone, they both were on the softer side when it comes to Cecil. Obviously, we kind of see that Simone is in charge in that house. King has a daughter that we figure out, so he's a great father according to Quad. Eugene and Toya, she said he's just right. Contessa Scott, I believe they're on their soft and hard side, kind of balance it out. Just right for Mimi and Steve because they do have a daughter together. And Quad here decides to say that she's just waiting on her man to give her a baby. She just waiting to bust it on wide open because maybe this might be the man that's gonna give her a baby. So here we notice she's sipping a little bit, like her the slurred and the sip is combining together. I call it. This is where we're seeing the creep of her tipsy popping out, right? So everybody kind of laughing it off a little bit, and a couple little awkward silences from others, and we just move on, right? Like, okay, that's ain't nothing to it. So how many times a week for sex? Okay. So Eugene and Toya like, oh, once a week. Scott and Curtis and Jackie, he said one. Curtis said 0. Jackie said once a week. So she was kind of beating him up a little bit, like, really? I know you ain't trying to call me out because we don't know. We kind of imagine that you really don't be getting it in. I can see once a week for you. That's fine. Curtis say 0, girl. That mean like once every other week or once a month. Anywho, she works a lot. But Quad and King, well, we'll get. I'm gonna hold her for just a second because, like I said, she's sipping, right, and she's getting there, and we laughing and we not laughing. Scott and Contessa is like, what, about once a week? I think everybody was about once a week. Toya, Sweet Tea, she said this is as much as they can, twice a week, because and then when they trying to get the baby, a little bit more. And Quad says, like 15 times a day. And her and King had the same 15 on the board. So, of course, not only y'all cheating, y'all lying as well because ain't nobody in no type of life. I don't care how newly cool y'all is together, will do 15 times a day. And at your age. No, I ain't gonna age shame. Because I ain't gonna age shame. Because, things get, you got levels to your sexuality and things of that as you age and not age. But anyway, Toya like, girl, that's lies because that's not real. Ain't nobody doing it like, because, ain't nobody doing it all like that. So Quad goes on to say that, she reaches back because, mind you, she and King is sitting in front of Greg and T. They are right behind her. She looks back to say, oh, yeah, you guys got to do it more if y'all going to be trying to have a baby. We going to have a baby Langsford up in here, a baby Lungsford. Because at first I could have swore she's saying Langsford, but that's, I think, the zoop, tip going on her. But yeah, baby Lungsford is coming, y'all. We're going to have a baby shower, real big baby shower, and I'm going to throw it. So in the confessional, Greg is like, well, I don't know how she going to throw no baby shower because talking about she over there doing it 50 times a day. Like, girl, you ain't got no time. Girl, bye. And I believe it was Jackie who brought it up in her confessional to say, like, I mean, this is kind of weird for her. Or was it Simone? She talked about having babies with this man, but she surely didn't want to have babies with Greg. So This is getting a little bit uncomfortable here, okay? Quad is definitely drunk at this moment. She keeps going on like she just kept going on, okay? She just King should have just told her, shh, baby, shh, let's wait till the next question. We playing a game, shh, shh. Or, hey, girl, let's go. Let's go get some water. But nope, they kept sitting there, and she just goes on and goes on like, it would be great if I threw the baby shower, wouldn't it? Ooh, it would be so grand. They would love it if I would blow them a baby shower. Ooh, man. And, what's something about throw the ass in the circle? Like she was feeling it, okay? She was feeling it. And Simone in her confessional was just kind of thinking like, well, maybe is she playing with G? Or like is she? Like what's going on? Is it the alcohol or is it her? So this is the question to the men. What is your wife's most annoying feature? Um I believe somebody said that she likes to sleep a lot. Oh, King said that Kawhi likes to sleep a lot, okay? Eugene says, what was it? Ooh, geez. Toya, can we move on? Eugene, I'm not sure what he said behind Greg, this and this and that. Okay. So, somewhere in this question, we kind of got lost in translation, okay? Because once King, I guess, put out there that he be put her ass to sleep, or that Quad sleeps a lot, it was Scott who got up to went over there to kind of dap King, like, yeah, she sleeps a lot because y'all be doing it all the time, putting that ass to sleep. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. So I had to remember, right? So yeah, this is where Eugene kind of brings us to the light, because I didn't even notice the tiki torches, but it was behind Eugene's head too. You was smoking as well, Greg. He wasn't saying much. He was just like nobody was really saying much. They were just letting Quad just kind of go, just looking at her, just staring at her, laughing a little bit. Like, what the fuck? Is she really doing this or is she not? Should we say something? Should we not? And Eugene, like, man, I see it. And he is just steamrolling. It is steaming up off that bald head. So that was just perfect that tiki torch was right there because it was on fire, okay? And for some reason it went off from there. Dr. G Quad is like, listen. Okay, so Toya was trying to say, yeah, let's kind of move on just a little bit because it's getting a bit uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little uneasy here. And Quad was like, girl, this is his wife right here. Like, he good. Like, what you talking about? We all fine. And T like, well, I'm fine. Like, it's not awkward for me. And Toya was just saying, well, I mean, I'm uncomfortable, but I mean, if y'all straight, then I'll be easy. So, like I said, Toya, you didn't have to say who was comfortable, who wasn't uncomfortable. Obviously, everybody was, but nobody was gonna say nothing. Like, we was just gonna let it ride and see where it went to. It wasn't really going too far because everybody was in those who's in the conversation. It should have stayed in that conversation. See, every time we throw up everybody else in there is when we amp up the situation. Not to say that she started the best, but I'm just saying, had she just kind of not brought the awkwardness to the forefront, we might have had a different reaction than what we had, right? We probably could have finished the game. Let's just say that. So Quad goes on to say, listen, I chose to leave that marriage and it's done. I'm happy for them. They get together, they're perfect together. And T is trying to say basically a couple words like, well, he wanted to end the marriage and this and that. And Quad was like, well, that's what you think. And, Heavenly was sitting over there because she was quiet too. I know it took a lot to hold her in, but she tried to throw up a little peep toot like, girl, yeah, whatever. He still wanted you. And Damon said, Heaven, don't you say nothing because you're gonna start the mess and you already know what's getting on there. And she was like, okay, Daddy, I'll be quiet. I was just trying to say because I was just saying, you know. And Greg decided, okay, I'll finally speak up, and he said that, listen, what I believe in marriage and what marriage is for and all that, stands for, right? So I did fight for my marriage. I did. But in that, she didn't want me. And it became very unhealthy for him to continue to pursue something that was not uh, just gonna work out. So he moved on. Okay. And Quad goes on to say, and I support him in his marriage all the way. And G says, see, and this is because he's irritated now, and I saw the comments here and there in the internet saying that his reaction and he was yelling and then this and that. No, I think Dr. G handled himself very well. He was in a sober mind, unlike Quad was, and I don't think he raised his voice in any way to yell or to be malicious in any way like that. I think when he said what he said, when he said I fought for my marriage and it was unhealthy, for me at least, I got the realization of, yeah, it was definitely real for him and what he had for her. So it was something that he probably had to mourn to get over, and maybe still grieving. You know what I'm saying? And because he had to go, well, we'll get there in just a moment. So as Quad trying to tell her, Greg, that he support them, or that all y'all married, I support this marriage and this y'all so perfect and y'all should just go on and boop, I don't care. And Craig like, well, we don't care what you think. And Quad like, if you want to go there, and G like, listen, you don't want to help people, you got a big ass mouth, this and this and that. And so Quad like, okay, see, I was trying to support you, but see, you wanted to go there and this and this and that. So Contessa decided to get up at this point so that she can go try to get Quad, try to calm her down, try to reel her back just a tad, but she wasn't going nowhere. G is just saying, listen, I hope you're happy. I want you to be happy. This and this and that. Go ahead. Quad, I am. That's the narcissist that's being revealed right now. And that's why he's being very uncomfortable. So Sweet Tea decided to say, Quad, I'm trying to, we good over here, this and that, like you don't have to, whatever she was trying to say, it got cut off by Quad because she's like, well, my man, this and that, and you shouldn't let your man talk to you that way, because while Sweet Tea was trying to say some stuff to Quad, Greg is over there telling T, be quiet, we good, babe, hush, we good, be good, shoot, be quiet, we don't need this, don't talk to her, this and that. So of course Quad is going back and forth. Well, see, that's why my man, you don't be yelling at me like that. And Greg is like, girl, don't talk to her. So maybe that part, okay, the voice got a little raised a tad, but for me, like I said, I didn't see nothing wrong on Greg's part. This is his ex-wife. Let them battle. This ain't part of none of y'all in the background. Let them battle. Even King and T need to sit their butt down because it ain't got to do with y'all. This is them. Let them battle, okay? They not done with their grief session. Something hasn't been resolved. So let them get it out. And of course, Quad is thinking this is all happening because I think that Greg is just jealous of King's presence being here. He don't want to see me with nobody else. So at this point, Simone had to call the night. The game is over. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to go. And Heavy like, no, we still got more questions to go. And Heavy like, nope. The hotel said we had the spot is up at 10 o'clock, so we done. Look, we don't know what time it is. I'm sure it might be a good 11. Who knows? Either way, Quad and I don't know. She ruined it basically. So let's just go. And we can reconvene back in the morning, let's figure this out, right? So pretty much Cecil trying to be funny, gonna say this had nothing to do with Heavenly, everybody, just so you know. And I'm like, oh God, Cecil, y'all just be some stuff. I don't like the way they be blowing it up, because if we don't react big to it, we can keep it small, right? We can keep it contained, especially when there's heightened emotions going around here. So it should have been more of him and the men to probably go and see about Greg, um, versus talking about what the fuck just happened. That's all I was thinking. But anyway, Quad just goes on and goes on and goes on about how she's not Mrs. Lungford anymore, and she's gonna change her name to King and this and that. She done moved on. She done with that part of her life. And we see Greg because he's walking away with Sweet Tea now, and he's trying to tell her, like, look, I told you don't be saying nothing to her. Don't be talking to her. Dang. And T like, well, I ain't saying nothing to her. She was the one that was saying stuff to me. So I just had to go back and just, like, dang, I can't say, I just say, she say something first and I'm going to say something back. That's how T was feeling. Okay, fine. So they go ahead and walk away to their own hotel room. Quad is still going on, going on, going on. Like, who is this girl? What part of America does she come from? I don't know if she the one who said Texas, but somebody said Texas. Child. Toya, in her confessional is basically saying, okay, so when Quad wakes up, she can blame this on the goose. Okay. But Dr. G, he gonna have to own what he put out there for his outburst. But like I said, it wasn't like an outburst. I wouldn't have said that, like, it's the choice words you use, because outburst kind of makes it seem like outrageous or it was just something big. But I think I believe he handled himself very well, y'all. I'm not sure where. I think y'all are missing. I don't know. I see both sides. Okay, that's all. You have to see both sides. Okay, just because a man divorces his wife, y'all think that he don't got feelings just like the wife do? I'm just saying. Don't just. I'm just saying. So yeah, Quad is going on and on and on. King was talking to, I think, Eugene or Dr. Scott or something on the side, to where he can actually recognize that, okay, there's still some hurt left over inside her, that she still gotta, there's some leftover issues and hurts that she got to let go of, which is fine. Like, and that's what I'm saying. On both sides, you do grieve a marriage, especially a 10 plus years. They're not done. Okay. And I think, honestly, they just probably, like last season, between them went pretty smooth. Okay. They didn't have much interaction. And when they were around each other, it was hit or miss. And I'm over here, you over there. So with this season coming in, I'm not sure if it's the fact that some Quad has a man this time versus it was just Greg the last time, or if because they're contained on a trip versus just being in Atlanta and here and there, we pop up on the event here or there on the show. But this trip being forced with him and T, like, I'm not sure how it goes, but either way, Quad, like I said, just going on and on and on and trying to say how T should have stayed out of it. Greg he don't need to be saying nothing. He the one that did me wrong. I built him up from the ground up, this and this and that. And she's talking to Mimi now, okay? Mimi is a psychiatrist just like Greg is, like we all know. Mimi diagnosis medicalness is saying this is called a rapid or pressured speech. This is what Quad is doing right now. So it's the best thing we can do for her is honestly just let her let it all out. But she has to let it go. Okay? A drunk mind speaks a sober mind. Or a drunk ass speaks a sober mind. Either way, let her go. Okay, so we see T and Greg. They're in the room now. Okay, away from everybody. And T was just trying to say to Greg, basically, like, she didn't do nothing. She's, that was just a lot. She didn't do much. I basically didn't say nothing, but how is it? You can't be telling me not to say nothing and have her, like, it's okay for her to say something to me. Like, I gotta speak up for myself, So Greg was like, well, I gotta take a walk. And T was like, well, where you going? What you doing? You take your anger out on me? Da, 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 da. Why you so mad? And Greg like this is his pressure moment right here. His pressure cooker done popped. That was my past. Like, oh my God, I'm tired of all the negativity. Like, she got her man. Let her move on. Let me move on. And just let her be. And he storms off, okay? So T goes outside. And I think in the confessional is where she was trying to say that, I think she just thinks that Qua was mostly pushing her buttons. So she's not really too mad about anything. It's just more of that she just felt like I wasn't just going to let her just keep talking and not me say nothing. So that's just kind of how it was for her, which is fine. Like, which is fine. It was just you had to answer to your husband because he's the one that told you not to say shit. But we all know how that go. Relationships, woo. But anyway, so Toya and Contessa kind of go and console T just a little bit, and just to try to tell her that Greg don't want to be doing all this back and forth stuff, right? Uh, with Quad. So the girls, they're understanding, like, okay, you just gotta understand that maybe, well, okay, well, they understand, right? It's just a lot that Greg is going through right now, okay? They instruct their husbands to kind of go find Greg to see what he at, what he doing. Toya was just trying to say that she thinks that Greg might be a little jealous, listening to Quad talk about all that sex with the other man. Contessa, in her mind, she was thinking, there's a lot of history there, so Sweet Tea is just going to have to learn how to navigate that, which is true. You married a man who had an ex-wife. The ex-wife and him are public people. It's going to be a lot to handle. Her personality is a lot to handle. So when you did all this stuff to be with this man that you love and cherish and want to give him a baby and for, Quad comes with, that's the baggage that he dragging. If you can't handle it, then don't do. And I think, like I said, I don't have nothing against Sweet Tea. I think she's fine. She does need to learn how to navigate her marriage as well as this group of girls if she's going to be in this friend space. And that is all, and how to navigate Quad. Because like I said, or anybody would say, we ain't got to be friends or nothing. But if we're going to be around these ladies and be mutual friends and whatnot like that, I got to be able to walk in the room and say, and walk away. Like, if we can't even do that, then I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, we kind of pan our camera back over to the Damon, Curtis, Jackie, and Heavenly. I don't know if Simone and Cecil were kind of sitting there, but I kind of feel like Damon was just saying, like, whew, hey, listening to my ex talk about having a baby with somebody else, whew, I couldn't handle it. Like, I don't know. I not to be a coward or anything, but I would have left. And Curtis was sitting there like, yeah, if I was Greg, I probably wouldn't have came back to this group or this show. And that's where the episode kind of ends. Is right? Was this the right decision for these people? But like I think it was fine. It was something that we all wanted, and it worked last season. They did just fine. But like I think it was this trip because they are confined with each other. Plus, Qua got a man now. Okay. So either way, we see the trailer for next episode, and things have not settled, okay? And things are about to get even more real. All right, so we're going to catch y'all on the next episode of Married to Medicine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'm trying to keep these real short, but The gooder they are, the longer it got to be. Whew, I swear. Bye.